Do Super Bowl champions have anything in common? Do they have a winning formula? This video looks at Super Bowl teams, their Pro Bowlers, draft picks, and trades the year they went to the Super Bowl. What I kind of found from jotting down Pro Bowlers from Super Bowl teams is that most of the teams have a quarterback that's a Pro Bowl type caliber and a tight end. They don't have a tight end. It's usually a wide receiver and a running back, or a tight end and a running back or fullback. They also have what you can see is a tackle and maybe a tackle and a guard. Sometimes it's a center, and most recently the Chiefs and Eagles had a tackle, center, and guard, all Pro Bowls. And then on defense side, you usually see a cornerback, a linebacker, and a defensive lineman, or maybe like two defensive linemen, strong safety, maybe like a cornerback, linebacker, cornerback, defensive tackle, or maybe just a defensive tackle. 2016 Patriots had a free safety, cornerback, middle linebacker, and linebacker, all pro. And a lot of these teams have a special teams player that has made the Pro Bowl as well. The 2022 Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, had Pro Bowlers in their quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, tight end, Travis Kelce, center, Creed Humphrey, tackle, Orlando Brown, and guard, Joe Thuney, defensive tackle, Chris Jones, and their punter, Townsend. They also drafted Trent McDuffie, first-round cornerback. They did a lot of draft trades that year. They traded the first, third, and fourth to the Patriots in exchange for a first-round selection. Chiefs traded wide receiver Tyreek Hill to Dolphins, first, second, fourth, as well as a 2020 third, fourth, and sixth, fifth, and 2021 first, third, fourth. The Ravens in exchange for offensive tackle Orlando Brown, a sixth-round selection, and a 2021 second-round selection. The Eagles, who the Chiefs beat, had Pro Bowlers in Jalen Hurts, running back Miles Sanders, wide receiver A.J. Brown, tackle Johnson, guard Dickerson, center Kelce, outside linebacker Reddick, cornerback Darius Slay. They made a bunch of free agent signings that year. Outside linebacker Reddick, two-time Pro Bowler, defensive tackle Fletcher Cox, six-time Pro Bowler, Zach Pasquale, Kazir White, James Bradbury, Pro Bowler cornerback, Eval Joseph, two-time Pro Bowler, and Dominican Sue, five-time Pro Bowler, who also has made 3 Super Bowl appearances. They also made trades. Eagles traded first-round pick, third-round pick, Titans for A.J. Brown. The 2021 Super Bowl Rams had Pro Bowlers in Aaron Donald, defensive tackle, the kicker, wide receiver Cooper Kupp, cornerback Jalen Ramsey. They traded a lot to get Stafford, traded Golf, third-round pick, first-round pick, first-round pick. They beat the Bengals, had Pro Bowlers in Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, defensive end Trey Hendrickson. That year, the Bengals drafted Jamar Chase. They got a tackle who started all their games, defensive end who started all games and had 3.5 sacks. He signed quite a bit of O-linemen in the offseason: Alex Kappa, Ted Karras, Hayden Hurts, Collins. 2020 Tampa Bay Buck champs were loaded on the defensive side. They had Pro Bowlers in Pierre Paul, Devin White, Levante David. They signed a bunch of free agent signings: Pierre Paul, Ron Nassib, Shaquille Barrett. Ended up beating the Chiefs by a lot. Chiefs only scored 3 points that game. Chiefs had Pro Bowlers in Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Eric Fisher, defensive end Frank Clark, defensive tackle Chris Jones, and they also drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Willie Gay, Darius Sneed. The 2019 Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, had Pro Bowlers in Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelce, Clark, Jones. They drafted McCole Hardman. They beat the 49ers, who allowed 4 sacks, and Jimmy G had 2 interceptions. They had Pro Bowlers in Nick Bosa, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, cornerback Richard Sherman. They drafted Nick Bosa that year, Deebo Samuel, Dre Greenlaw. Teen Super Bowl Patriots had Pro Bowlers in Tom Brady and cornerback Stephen Gilmore. They also had MVP Super Bowl Julian Edelman, tight end Rob Gronk, guard Joe Thuney, tackle Trent Brown, who was a Pro Bowler. It was a low-scoring game, 13-3. They defeated the LA Rams. Goff, who had no TDs, Gurley had a 3.5 rushing average. The Rams had Pro Bowlers in Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, defensive tackle Aaron Donald. They drafted a offensive tackle who got injured that year but helped them win the Super Bowl in 22. And they drafted Brian Allen, who got injured that year but helped them win in 2022, who was a center. 2018 Eagles versus Patriots, 41-33. Eagles had Pro Bowlers in Carson Wentz, tight end Zach Ertz, tackle Johnson, guard Brooks, defensive tackle Fletcher Cox, free safety Malcolm Jenkins. The Patriots, we had Pro Bowlers in Brady, fullback Devlin, tight end Gronk, and Brandon Cooks had a 1,000-yard season that year, but he got injured in the Super Bowl. The concussion. They made a bunch of signings in the offseason. Stephen Gilmore, expert head, made a bunch of trades, most notably for Brandon Cooks. They traded a first round and a third round to the Saints. The Patriots would end up releasing Cooks that year, but Cooks would go on to have another good season. So another team, the Rams. 2017 Super Bowl Patriots beat the Falcons 34-28. Brady was sacked 5 times. Patriots had Pro Bowlers in Tom Brady, middle linebacker Donta Hightower, free safety Devin McCourty. They also had all pros in Marcus Cannon, right tackle Donta Hightower, linebacker, cornerback Malcolm Butler, safety Devin McCourty. They drafted Cyrus Jones, cornerback who got injured that year. They drafted Joe Thuney, who would go on to win 3 Super Bowls. Guard, some other guys, bunch of free agent signings. Defeated the Falcons. Matt Ryan was sacked 5 times. This was a great comeback. Matt Ryan passed for 8.6 yards pass, and they rushed for 5.8 yards per rush. Falcons had all pros in Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Vic Beasley, outside linebacker, center Alex Mack. They also hit on the draft with Keanu Neal, strong safety, Deion Jones, outside linebacker, Austin Hooper, tight end. Also had 2 tackles who were all pros different year, Jake Matthews and Ryan Schrager.